guys guess who's going to his 30th performance show today? Now, I said before that I wanted to do something special for this. I wasn't sure what that was going to be until my work schedule changed, and tonight is Bitch's last show as Nabalungi. I really didn't think I was going to be able to see her again, but it seems just like everything worked in my favour, so I'm really excited. It's going to be really upsetting to say goodbye to her, but I'm really, really, really happy that I can go to her final show. But that's not all I'm doing today. I'm also seeing Kiss Me Kate in the afternoon. Finally got this one in before it closes. Obviously it's only a limited run. I'm really excited, not only for Stephanie, but also for Peter Davison, because I'm a classic Doctor Who fanatic, and if I'm going to see one of the Doctors live on stage, that makes me really happy. Yeah, I'm heading into London. I don't have that many gifts for the cast, because obviously last time I already gave Beatrice the things that I made for her, because I thought that was the last time I was going to see her. So for today, I just bought her some chocolates. Hopefully she's not vegan or has any allergies. Didn't think about that, but I've got her some chocolates, and I've still got Colin's bracelets with me, so I hope I see him tonight. But I'm really excited, and it's show 30, so yeah. Let's fucking go. But first things first, I'd like to take you on a little joyride back in time to a few days ago when I went to Southampton. Enjoy. So yes, viewers, I indulged in the thing that was on my t-shirt like a total nerd. Went to Southampton to see Deadpool and Wolverine again. Yeah, I've seen this movie a lot. It's like my new favourite thing. I went to Bill's for dinner, had this lovely fish, then went to the Showcase Cinema, which is my new favourite cinema, because, like, what the heck, it's so cool. But, like, I could not film this scene, so let's just bask in Hugh Jackman's huge jacked man. And I just realised me and don't like that wasn't hot. But now let's flash forward. I'm in London and I'm seeing Kiss Me Kate. But first, I was hungry, so I went to the Barbican Theatre, made sure I knew where it was, and then I went to Half Cup, which is like just down the street, maybe like a 10-minute walk. It's a really, really cute brunch place. It's so aesthetic. I mean, they even made the dirty chai aesthetic, and look at these waffles. It was like the summer fruits waffles with panna cotta, meringue, chocolate sauce. Loved it. I absolutely loved it in there. And then it was time to head to the Barbican. So the Barbican Theatre is actually within the Barbican Centre, which has like cinema, restaurant, bars, all that jazz. But the theatre was really, really cute. It was a lot bigger than I expected for it being in a bigger entertainment centre, I suppose you could call it, but this was my view. I was in row B. I forgot the number, so I'll just whack it on screen for you guys, but I was so excited. By this point in time, even though I haven't sat down yet, you guys have already seen my seat view. I have never been more excited to see a cast forward. We've got Stephanie and Peter Davison, that is all I care about. Jokes, it's not really, but I'm really excited as a Doctor Who fan to see Peter Davison live in a theatre venue setting, which is really fun, and I've heard great things about the show and great things about Stephanie, so I'm really excited. Well, this is a nice little space, isn't it? I'm really excited. I should preface that I have no clue what the show's about, which makes me even more excited. Again, I've heard wonderful things, so I'm really excited, and I'll catch you in the interval. I'm really, really excited, A, to see Stephanie, and also B, to just experience being in the same room as the Fifth Doctor, as weird as that sounds. But yeah, no, I'll catch you later. So I can speak freely now. Turns out I did kind of know what the show was about. I didn't say that because I didn't want to sound like a twat if I was wrong, but it's kind of like a show within a show. It's like a backstage romance. It's Moulin Rouge if it was funny. It's so good. Stephanie's amazing. The Fifth Doctor has not made an appearance yet, but I'm keeping my eye out. I'm having a great time. The comedy kind of style, it's kind of giving Operation Mincemeat, and I absolutely love it. I'm kind of sad that I won't be able to see it again because it's closing way too soon, but I'm having a fantastic time. Those seats that I got, row B, absolutely worth it. Absolutely love it. Right, I will catch you afterwards, and I cannot wait for Act 2. absolutely fucking amazing. Okay, totally exceeded my expectations. I absolutely loved it. Now I'm gonna go get something to eat and then I'll join you, or you'll join me, at the Prince of Wales Theatre. So to get to the Prince of Wales Theatre, I hopped on the Lizzie line. I've never been on the Lizzie line until now, and let me tell you, I love the air conditioning, but that's not the point. The point was dinner, and I wanted a burrito, so I hit up Chipotle and then headed to the Prince of Wales. Now, last time I was here, I thought it was my last time seeing Beatrice. Now that it actually is, and it's her final performance, so I have no chance of seeing her after this, that's hitting me. It's really hitting me. I haven't looked at the cast board. I kind of want it to be a bit of a surprise. I know Beatrice is on, I know Connor is on. Let the rest be a surprise. Let's see what swings we've got. Let's see who's Elder Price, who's Elder McKinley. Really hoping to see Colin though, because I have his bracelets, so I'll see you in the interval. Also, no seat for you today, lads. I'm in A19. It's my lucky seat, and you've seen it a million times before, so sorry.
May we ask you to take a moment to turn off your mobile phones and remember the use of photographic equipment and recording devices is strictly prohibited. The Book of Mormon will begin in 1 minute.
I'm not ready for this, guys. I'm not ready for her last show. Ah! Okay, I'll see you in the interval. Beatrice has not only made me cry once, but she's made me cry twice. She's doing amazingly, everyone's doing amazingly. For a covers list, we've got Chris on as the Doctor, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and we've also got Joseph Davenport as George Littell today. So we've almost got a full cast, which is really exciting. I'm going to probably see you downstairs, talk some more legs, it's quite loud in here. So I've been through the cast list with you, we've got some interesting swings on. I've never actually seen Chris as the Doctor, so that's really exciting. But yeah, no, I'm having a great time. We've pretty much got a stacked cast. But it's just really upsetting that this is Beatrice's last show. Like before, like I thought it was the last time I'd see her in this role, but like there was always a chance that I could, and now it's just like the end of the road. I feel kind of similar than I did when Dom left, because obviously he didn't leave with the cast change either. But also obviously tonight we've got Sam, Kirk and Naya also leaving for the performance tour. Obviously they're not on stage. I think Kirk's off as well, like he's not on stage. He's got someone understudying. I don't know who, so I'll put their name there. But yeah, it's really upsetting. But I really hope they do like, I don't know, like speeches or something at the end, because I want the opportunity to cry and show my love for this show, because you guys know how much I love it, and it just means the world to me, and Beatrice is so sweet, and I cannot wait to see her at stage door. But for now I'm going to enjoy Act 2, and I'll see you afterwards. I might try and catch some of them on the vlog at stage door, but we'll see. I want you guys to know that I got that curtain call video for you and for Beatrice. Colin saw the sneaky little camera of me filming, but it's fine. I was absolutely terrified, but I got it. So I didn't vlog much for the rest of the day. Actually, I didn't vlog at all. I just filmed some clips for some voiceover, which I'm doing now. I just wanted a bit of a relaxing morning after a very long day the day before. So I went to the Breakfast Club in London Bridge, or in and around London Bridge, had some salmon and eggs on toast with little potato bites. They were so good. And then It was time for my train. I got an early train because I was tired. It has been a hot second since I have seen Kiss Me Kate on the West End, I think it is. I think it might be off West End because it's at the Barbican Theatre. But it's been a while, that's the point. I've seen a couple things in between, a couple things I'm really excited for you to see. But I've kind of got to crack this out because I am going somewhere on Thursday as well. So I am sat in a coffee shop, I'm improvising. So I really hope that the audio here is alright. I wouldn't know really, just because I obviously cannot hear myself. I was meant to bring my microphone. What can you do? But I hope it's alright because it's not that busy in here, to be honest. So I hope the audio is fine, but I really want to get talking about Kiss Me Kate. I've got a whole, well, obviously this thing isn't filled with notes, but like I've got plenty of pinpoints that I want to talk about. I'm trying this new thing where I actually make notes on the shows that I go to, so I can properly structure my reviews and talk about them properly and form proper sentences about what I want to say, you know? Because most of the time my reviews end up kind of a jumbled mess, I've noticed, so I'm going to try something new, and if this works, I will definitely use it more in the future. So firstly, I just want to do a little synopsis on the plot. Obviously, if you don't want spoilers, or you're going to see it and therefore don't want spoilers, don't watch this review. You can watch the first part of the video, but like don't watch the review part. But also, you've only got a week left to see it, and by the time this comes out, it'll probably be a couple days, so I don't know why you wouldn't want spoilers, but here we go. So it's kind of what I said when I was actually there. It's a show within a show. It's about a theatre company. They're putting on a production of The Taming of the Shrew, which is a Shakespeare play, and there's this whole backstage love drama. So there was this couple, they were married, they're exes now, and deep down they still long for each other. But the drama kicks off when Adrian's character sends flowers to a younger member of the cast, and those flowers are his ex-wife's wedding bouquet. And where do they accidentally get sent to? His ex-wife's dressing room. His ex-wife, lovely Lily Vanessa, played by the wonderful, the queen, the legend, Stephanie J. Block. Now obviously Stephanie's character, she's not happy about this. She's not happy about the fact that he tried to send flowers to a younger member of the cast, like a much younger member of the cast. So she threatens to walk out on the production. Now, Adrian's character had been doing a little bit of gambling, he'd been a little bit cheeky, and he ended up owing these pair of gangsters about 10 grand. And the only way he can pay them is by continuing the show. And if Lily walks out, show's over. She's the leading lady. So what do the gangsters do to keep her in the show? They dress up and pretend to be directors on stage and threaten the entire cast with guns. Because why not? It's silly, and that's why I loved it. I thought it was going to be a bit more serious than that, but actually it's a really good comedic musical. I almost said play, it's a musical. I'm going to take this moment as well to talk about the set, because I absolutely loved it. So the part that you saw in my seat view area was the stage door outside the theatre area. The stage is a turntable, it's a round turntable, and it's split up into thirds. The third that you saw, as I said, is outside the theatre, it's where the stage door and the box office is. The set turns. You have Adrian's dressing room and Stephanie's dressing room, and they are opposite each other. Then the stage turns again, and you see their stage, their Shakespeare set. And I love it so much that they can easily move through the set. So at times while the set was turning, they were also moving through the set. And it was wonderful. It was like a very comedic chase scene. Especially when, again, she finds out that he wasn't meaning to send those flowers to her. And then there's this whole chase scene. That whole piece with the set, phenomenal. So in my notes here, I've actually put Adrian first before Stephanie. I'm going to talk about Stephanie first because she is the queen. She was probably the biggest name in the cast, maybe besides Peter Davison or Adrian Dunbar. and she absolutely carried the show. I mean, so did everyone else. Like, everyone else was absolutely amazing, but she had such great stage presence. Obviously, she had such a great voice. She can go very operatic and also very belty at the same time, and she's just absolutely incredible. I loved her. She was very good at being the over-emotional actress, and she was just very, very good, very, very entertaining, very, very, very over the top, which I think for this kind of show, being OTT is the key, really. That wasn't meant to rhyme, but I did it. But yeah, she looked stunning as well. She was absolutely amazing in every scene that she was in. Her relationship with Adrian on and off stage, I imagine is very, very strong, because they bounced off of each other so perfectly, which will lead me into talking about Adrian. So Adrian had a great voice. He was funny. He wasn't like the main point of comedic relief. I will talk about that later, but he was still funny. He had his moments. And honestly, despite all of that, you know, he is the director of this show. He's very stressed. And behind all of that, you can see it. You can see the inside. He is panicking. Because he has also done something very, very wrong in the fact that he owes 10 grand to a couple of really shady people. But also another thing you can see is obviously, well, I say obviously, but it's kind of obvious that Stephanie and Adrian's characters get back together at the end. And I suppose remarry, but obviously he loves her throughout the entire show. He loves his Lily Vanessa, and you can really see on the inside his internal struggle with his love for her. And it's so powerful. He was so great, and I absolutely love him. As I said, their dynamic as a recently divorced couple was absolutely amazing. Quick honourable mention to the man, the myth, the legend, Peter Davison himself, the Fifth Doctor. He didn't have a big role, I didn't expect him to, but he is essentially Lily Vanessa's boyfriend, who promises her a life of luxury that turns out she doesn't really want in the end when she meets him. He was very sleazy, very funny. I want to say stereotypical old man, but I don't know if that will go down well. But you know what I mean. He was just very, 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 like, set in his ways, and he had this idea of what a perfect life would be, and it just wasn't the perfect life for Lily. And so I think he did a really good job, and he was so good. And as I said, it was really cool seeing him live. Now, when you have a pair of comedic relief characters, you always expect one to be a bit more mean and scary and the other one to be the actual comedic relief. That's exactly what they did here. So the gangsters, as they are credited in the credits and the cast board, were played by Nigel Lindsay and Hamid Animation, and these two were absolutely amazing. They were so funny. They kind of gave off the vibes of like adult gangster version of Timon and Pumbaa. I try and make comparisons in these, and then they just come out sounding absolutely insane, but I promise you that makes sense in my head. So Nigel was the very sort of sleazy, intimidating, scary one. Very New Yorky accent there. And yeah, he was absolutely amazing, and obviously he bounced off Hamid so well. Hamid was sort of the dumb, funny one, and when the both of them put on costumes and go on stage, they had such a great dynamic. And in the end, these two gangsters end up accepting the show life, and they absolutely love it. So honestly, these two characters were really good, and honestly, not what I expected for this show, so it was a really nice change from what I thought in my head. Georgina Anura played Lois, who is the younger cast member that Adrian's character falls in love with and tries to send the flowers to, but fails. She has a boyfriend who's always gambling, and she sings a song to him called Why Can't You Behave? And it's a very good number, but then he flips it back on her, because she starts talking to Peter Davison's much older character, because apparently they had relations before. It just keeps getting more insane, doesn't it? The plot thickens. In their version of The Taming of the Shrew, I don't actually know the characters in that, but she's the nicer sister. Stephanie's character Lily plays the undesirable sister out of the two. So she's very bubbly, very innocent, very funny, and I absolutely loved her. She has a solo song called Always True to You in My Fashion. I had to check my notes for that. See, this is why I like making them now. But that song was absolutely amazing. The only thing I will say about that song is it's very repetitive, and I felt like it was going on for quite some time. Not that it was boring, she absolutely killed it. She had an amazing voice. I just think the song went on a bit too long. But overall, she was fun, and she had such a good dynamic with everyone else on stage, and she was great. But yeah, overall, the show was not what I expected going in, and I kind of love that, to be honest, because it was like better than I could have imagined. So I really enjoyed myself. I had such a great time. So upset that I can't see it again, because as I'm filming this right now, it's in its final week, and when I post this it will probably be closed or close to being closed. But if it ever comes back in any sort of form, you best bet I'll be there. That's all I'm going to say. So honestly, very positive review. I do think one thing that I will say is Act 1 kind of dragged a little bit. Act 1 is longer than Act 2. And I feel like Act 1 just kind of dragged on and on and on. I think there's too much of the actual Shakespeare play that they're putting on and not enough of the backstage stuff. But that's kind of my only complaint about the show. Honestly, it was wild and it was a fun time. Next time I see you, I will be at Next to Normal with my friend Isla. You've seen her in my Heather's video before. She's making a comeback. And I'm really excited for you to see that video because obviously I've already filmed it. But one thing I will say is for that video, and I will say it in the video as well, when I do my review for Next to Normal, I will put some trigger warnings here, but these are the ones that you've got to be wary of if you want to watch that video eventually. So just a pre-warning that there are going to be some triggering things that I will be talking about in that review. So if you're not prepared to hear about any of what I just put up on screen, I wouldn't recommend watching that video. I mean, you can watch the vlog section, but probably not the review portion. As I said, I will mention it in the video as well. But apart from that, I think that's going to cut it for today. It was a really fun time, and I absolutely loved it. Again, massive props to the cast, and also happy trails, because they are finishing this week. I cannot wait to see where these people go and what fills up the space at the Barbican. But for now, I'm going to go, and I'll catch you at Next to Normal. See ya.